Thank you. It's good to see you, Secretary Fudge. I hope to see more of you the rest of this Congress as we continue to work together to address California's rampant homelessness challenges that we have. In your earlier dialogue with one of my colleagues from Pennsylvania, you talked about the HUD's latest report on homelessness, where it showed that California is responsible for staggering 1/3 of the nation's total homeless population. So I'd like to ask you, in your study and the report, what did you find as the reason why the numbers are so high in the states like California and New York?
Again, now we didn't necessarily do a report to determine why they're there. We did the numbers to show where the problem is largest, but I would suggest to you very, very strongly, as I have talked to mayors, and I've been in California many times, the cost of housing in those communities is so high. You take, I was talking to the mayor of San Francisco, she says per door to build a new home in San Francisco is $800,000. $800,000. The same thing is happening in Los Angeles or Santa Barbara or wherever it may be. So the cost alone is making it a difficult situation.
So I know you see that there is, you're seeing some correlation between high home prices and the high rate of homelessness?
Absolutely, because think about it this way. If you live in a community where people can't live, they can't even work. They can't work in your communities because they can't live in your communities. And so they become unemployed because they have no way to get to work. They can't live in the communities in which you want them to work. And so it creates not only a housing problem.
So what are some of the lessons HUD can learn from these two states to what not to do to combat the homelessness?
I think that what we need to do is, first off, find ways to get people housed. That's the first thing we need to do. But secondly, and more importantly, we need to talk to not just governments, but the business community about getting some of these people in positions where they can work.
So in that regard, in my state of California, Governor Newsom had a Project Room Key, but it was a failed policy because, that Project Room Key was evidence that providing housing without addressing the underlying cause of homelessness, like mental health, like the substance abuse, is not a sustainable policy, right? So in fact, according to the recent report in CNN, California spent $17.5 billion to combat homelessness. That is between the years of 2018 to 2022. But during that same period, unfortunately, California's homeless population increased. So to me, that shows that throwing government money at the problem is not working. Do you believe or do you agree that the mental health and substance abuse are the root causes of homelessness?
I do not.
You do not believe that?
I believe that they are some of the causes, but economics is a big issue as well.
Do you agree then maybe we should treat that along with providing shelter, because you mentioned that we need to get these people into the shelter?
I think services should go with housing, no question.
Well, do you support or oppose allowing Housing Plus organization? These organizations pair their housing and treatment services, and they are proven to be successful. So would you support Housing Plus to compete on an equal basis for federal funding?
I support anybody who wants to compete for federal funding if they are doing the job that we know needs to be done. I disagree with the fact that Housing First is not effective. It is indeed proven to be very effective. But I would also say that anyone has the ability to apply to us for grants. We don't say that you can't apply for grants. Okay. I mean, that's not something we do.
Well, I want to talk about one other issue. Last year, Orange County and my district saw the year-over-year median price of a home rise by 14.2%. That puts any median average home prices to more than $1 million. So in my view, increasing the supply of housing could help us decrease the price pressure of home prices, right? In my home state of California, we have this onerous environmental review process for constructions. So something like, the NEPA requirement. So what is HUD doing to harmonize REPA requirements of these, those states, like in California?
unfortunately, that is the law. So we have to follow the law.
Well, considering the deficit in the housing supply, are you thinking about fast-tracking NEPA requirement to increase the housing
The
supply?
gentlelady's time has expired.